Alright, so in this video, we're going to pick up my new Harley Davidson Lowrider ST. Let's check it out. What's going on YouTube? FXCLS Brooklyn is back in the building, and we are coming at you from none other than O'Toole's Harley Davidson out in Wurtsboro. This video is probably coming as a surprise. We didn't announce anything of what's happening, but let me take a second just to give you a rundown of what's happening here just before we start getting into this new Lowrider ST content. So I don't want to get too much into what happened, but short story is Harley Davidson reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in them sending me a Lowrider ST to just put a whole bunch of miles on. And they had seen my previous video that I did on this bike, and if you saw that one, you know I was really happy with it. So obviously I accepted, and that's it. They sent this bike to me. This bike is pretty much mine until I feel like I've gotten enough out of it and I'm ready to send it back. So yeah, most of my upcoming videos, or a lot of what I'm going to be posting, is going to be on this bike. Like I said, I'm going to be probably riding out the rest of the riding season solely on this bike. And yeah, that's the plan, is to just get a whole bunch of miles on this. So obviously, huge shout out to Harley Davidson for the opportunity. I've been doing this stuff for about 6 years, and this is probably the biggest thing that's come my way. So I'm super excited for it. I got a lot of love for these bikes, and I feel like now I'm kind of in a place where I could actually ride it and treat it like my own, you know, for the unforeseeable future. And I'm glad to have you all be a part of that. So quick walk around of what we're dealing with. Couple things that we are really excited about for this. The first thing that we're really excited about is obviously the Saddleman step-up seat. This is actually this was actually given to me from O'Toole's Harley Davidson. They had this in the showroom, and specifically this is one of their new models. This is the step-up Tour, so it has the wider passenger pavilion. So again, should be more comfortable for a passenger, and it does have the gel pads in both the rider seat as well as the passenger pavilion. The other thing that Harley Davidson sent is I told them I was planning on putting heavy miles on this, and I also told them I wanted to test its 2-up riding capabilities. So they sent a detachable Sissy Bar along with this luggage rack. So if we want to, we could do a little bit of moto camping, we could do a mini bike trip here and there. So we do have those opportunities if we want to do it. Yeah, everything on the bike has been completely stock. Huge shout out to everyone at O'Toole's Harley Davidson for doing a full run over on the bike, just making sure it was all set, ready to go. Where it's at, this thing is ready to rip. So that's where we're coming at you. And yeah, I'm not going to go too crazy right now, like doing a walk around and talking all about the bike. If you've seen my previous video on this, I kind of did that, and it was actually the same color too. But yeah, the big thing in terms of how we're getting it, again, that I'm super happy about is just having the touring capabilities of a luggage rack, being able to ride 2-up with that Sissy Bar. And of course, I said this in the previous video, I really didn't like the stock seat, so I'm super excited to have the best seat in the game, the Saddleman step-up. And besides that, you know, that's it. You know, you've seen the Lowrider ST at this point, but we're coming at you live with that Battleship Gray. This thing is fresh, brand new, straight out the box. And somehow it is in my hands right now for the unforeseeable future. So yeah, that's kind of what we're working with. It doesn't get fresher than that. There is nothing like a crisp Lowrider S to kick off the fall riding season. Because again, today is actually the first day of October, October 1st. And yeah, we're feeling good, ready to put some miles on this. So yeah, this first video, you know, I just wanted to introduce that this thing is happening. FXCLS Brooklyn is picking this up. If you want, you can start calling me FXLRST Brooklyn. And yeah, we'll pull it out of here. We'll get some initial miles, and then I'll have many follow-up videos to come, just kind of going over all the different aspects of this bike, putting it through all sorts of different environments. Like I said, it is October 1st. It's getting cold, so we'll be doing a lot of cold weather riding in this. We'll definitely be riding in the rain. We'll be doing 2-up riding. We'll be doing a little bit of touring, highway miles, twisties, Brooklyn miles. We're going to be putting this bike through pretty much every scenario we could think of, and that's kind of what's coming. So stay tuned. Let's get this thing started. Let's throw a key into this thing and let's get moving. All right, this thing is all ready to go. I know you want to hear that startup, so here we go. The first startup on FXTLS Brooklyn's Lowrider ST. Let's check it out. My, oh my. Woo! Even stock. Alright, before we rip out of here, let's go say goodbye to some familiar faces. There's my buddy Vong Asphalt Spike. You going golfing? Yeah. Yo, thanks, man. I'll see you soon. Yeah. And you let me know if you have time tomorrow, man. We could go do the first 9. Yeah. Well, thanks for getting it ready, man. Yeah. Alright, man. Later, man. Alright. We are out. That was my numero uno mechanic on my White Flame Lowrider S, Mike Head Tech over here at O'Toole's Harley Davidson. Huge shout out to him, shout out to Jim, shout out to Dan over here. O'Toole's Harley Davidson, 100% my favorite Harley Davidson, which is why we travel over 100 miles to get here. As we leave my second home on 2 wheels, let's get moving on this 2022 Lowrider ST. Woo! Big day, man, big day. Alright, so this actually isn't my first ride on this bike. You know, if you saw my first video coverage on it, then you know that in that video I said I kind of just wanted to be objective and I just wanted to give you a rundown without having to compete with thinking about my riding. So a lot of you in that video said that you wanted to see what it looked like behind the bars, you wanted to come along for the ride. So again, this isn't my technical first ride on it, but in terms of making a video, this is, you know, the first ride that I'm taking you all along for. My oh my, thank you Harley Davidson. This is a very, very fun opportunity. The timing couldn't have been more perfect because after my first ride on it, you know, you could probably hear it in my voice in that video, but it had me wanting more, you know? It definitely had me wanting more. I had such a good time on that bike that day, and like I said, the good folks over at O'Toole's let me take it out with no strings attached. You know, I wasn't putting on an orange vest, I wasn't following anyone. They gave it to me to do my own thing on, so I had such a good time on that bike that day, and you could probably hear it in my voice in the video. So now to have my own, to do whatever I want with, is an insane opportunity. And again, those of you who have been following this channel since the beginning, 2016, you know that this is a pretty big opportunity for us, man. Like, this is a big one. So I'm glad y'all are joining me for this moment as we pick up this bike and start a new journey on a modern Harley Davidson, the Lowrider ST. And yeah, you know, I'll make a separate first impressions video, but it's exactly as I felt as I left off, which is the first thing you notice when you hop on this bike is the smoothness, man. Thing straight glides, thing eats up every imperfection on the road and makes it feel like a magic carpet ride, man. Unreal, dude. And the major improvement for me right now as I'm riding this thing is the fact that O'Toole's was able to set it up with a Saddleman step-up seat, and that's just making this ride feel so much better right now than the last time I was on it, because I said I actually didn't really like the riding position that much, but just throwing a step-up seat on this thing actually makes it such a better ride. So I'm happy right now. I'm definitely happy with just being pushed forward a little bit more and being in a more kind of upright position. Again, what I would change off the bat, you know, if I were gonna start doing work to this bike, is I'd definitely do the bars. But what I'll say right now is with the step-up seat, I feel like the bar setup right now is actually sustainable for a riding position. Like, if I needed to, I could do a day of touring on this bike and feel pretty good. So yeah, you know, we'll definitely have a lot more Lowrider ST content coming. So yeah, anyone who's new to my channel, right, my bread and butter, the content that I typically do is Dyna and FXR content. That's the majority of my videos, so that's the angle that I'm coming at. I'm coming at this bike from someone who puts heavy miles on multiple Dynas and FXRs, so that's going to be the lens that I give commentary about this bike under. And again, that's kind of where I'm coming from. And this video is kind of just like the kickoff, the reveal video. I hadn't told anyone about this. Literally the only people I told about this was my dad, who dropped me off to come and get this damn thing, and Mike over at O'Toole's for obvious reasons. They had to deliver it somewhere. So yeah, this if this comes to a shock for you as one of my subscribers, it's probably gonna, whoa, look at that. It's probably gonna come to a shock to most of my friends too, because all my friends will tell you I live by the code that loose lips sink ships, and that if you ever want God to laugh at you, then publicly announce your plans. So I keep a lot of my big plans under wraps until I know that I'm on the winning side, which right now I am. Woo! Ooh, the brakes are nice. That's gonna be a separate video, but here's a little brake test for you. One finger. Oh, that is very upsetting that this bike might actually stop better than my Dyna with the amount of money that I have in the brakes. That's a separate video. I'm getting ahead of myself, y'all. That's where we're coming at right now. That's the big reveal. Harley Davidson gave FX DLS Brooklyn a lowrider ST. The joke that I made a couple months ago about Harley Davidson accidentally following me on Instagram, well, it turns out it wasn't a joke. It turns out they were actually following me, and I guess they liked what I do enough to double down on me in this way, and I appreciate it, man. So yeah, I'm feeling great right now. I'm super appreciative. I'm definitely having a little bit of imposter syndrome right now. I don't consider myself as one of the bigger motovloggers out there, so to have this opportunity is pretty crazy, but I'm gonna do my best with it. And again, anyone who's been wondering about these bikes, or who's been on the fence about these bikes, or what have you, I'm hoping that the content that I do is helpful. And you know, the thing I'll tell you right now is the more miles that I put on this bike, the more I kind of want one. permanently. This bike is mine for the unforeseeable future. But that's it, y'all. I'm gonna let you go here. Thanks for being a part of this. This is a huge day for me, my channel, and my content. Again, shout out to Harley Davidson for taking the chance on me and giving me this bike and trusting me. And that's it, y'all. About to hop on the highway and do some highway miles with this thing. Stay safe, stay low, practice a positive mental attitude, persevere and persist, and good things might come your way. And on that, FX DLS Brooklyn is out.